Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Now Pro Wrestling Podcast News Network. I'm your boy, the franchise player, WB Babylon. I'm joined by this man right here, Throwback, and we are here live to talk about the WWE TKO chairman, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, has been accused of sexual assault and sexual trafficking. My God, Throwback, what the hell have we got into this morning?
And I just want to say before I start talking, if you hear my 1-year-old running around in the background and stuff, I do apologize. I know this is all important, but you know that's how it is. But after everything that happened on Wall Street this week and the shit hit the fan this week. Wow, what a week for Rumble Week.
Man, look, TKO, Chairman Vince McMahon, been accused of sexual trafficking, sexual assault, physical and emotional abuse by a lawsuit that was basically handed down on Thursday. She filed it Thursday, 67 pages. Oh my God! Look,
Yeah, it's really long.
People are being included in this, like John Laurinaitis, who was head of talent relations for WWE. Several superstars have been implicated as well. Allegedly, we're going to say allegedly because this news is just too much to be to like, throw against the wall. CNBC News gave us these plot points here. WWE boss Vince McMahon is accused of sexual assault, trafficking, and physical emotional abuse in the lawsuit filed by a woman who previously worked for the company. The Connecticut federal court sued by Janelle Grant, which alleged that McMahon directed her to have sex with WWE superstars and other men. She's seeking to avoid a non-disclosure agreement that Vince McMahon made her sign. She reached an agreement with McMahon in 2022, which he agreed to pay her $3 million. The suit that McMahon paid only $1 million but failed to make any other further payments. Grant was one of the several women who received payouts from McMahon over years. We saw at the beginning of the close of last year, the WWE merged with TKO Sports and the UFC to form the TKO Group Holdings. Vince McMahon stayed on as the executive chairman. This suit comes 6 months after. This suit right here comes exactly 6 months after a federal lawsuit. Enforcement agency executed a search warrant on McMahon and served him with a grand jury subpoena as part of the investigation, going to McMahon's millions of dollars of payments that he made to women over the course of years due to this sexual misconduct. So, I mean, Jesus Christ, man, a lot of shit has gone down. John Laurinaitis has been implicated in this as well. What do you have?
From what I'm getting, and I'm reading this, the person's name is Miss Grant in these listings, according to the documents that were filed. And I have someone posted this on Twitter, and I blew it up on my monitor over here. The one thing that really started it out is that point 5 in the lawsuit saying that the building resident wanted to help. Mr. McMahon actually asked whether he would talk to her and share with her name's Miss Grant, had been through some hardships and would do great things if given the fresh start. McMahon enthusiastically, to quote Austin, hell yeah. That to me is just something that's insane. According to this document, it is stated that on point 3 that the two met in 2019. Mrs. Grant was dealing with profound grief, as I mentioned, and struggle financially after devoting years to be around-the-clock caregiver for her parents who passed away.
Look, man,
the thing about it is that which pisses me off now, right? about the whole thing about parents passing away. My mom passed away like a few months after that. So basically, McMahon started this whole process with her in about 5 years ago. In 2 months it'll be 5 years ago, according to the court documents, and it's just insane. Something I think an excerpt run on there. I'm not going to be quoting it because I'm not 100% sure. So the disclaimer on this is that take this with a grain of salt. This does not reflect Pro Roundtable Podcast and Wicked Crazy Pinfalls at all. But something was a statement on Twitter. It might be an excerpt in this. I haven't deep dived in this yet. Yes, Brody, I know. And there was a quote out there pointing out, and it stated that a McMahon was trying to get a special talent, if I remember right. So don't paraphrase me. Hey, Tom, how you doing? That UFC star / WWE star that they were trying to sign. McMahon had pictures to show the person interest to get them back, and he said that looked great or something perfect. But that's what I'm saying. If the quote's not right on that, please don't come after us. Don't strike us. That it does not reflect what our belief and what we think.
So what I see here, Grant's lawsuit said that she met McMahon in March of 2019 after an introduction by the manager of her apartment building. Yeah, McMahon lived in the penthouse of the same building. So Grant needed a job after her parents died, like you discussed earlier. So Grant started working with the WWE in June of 2019 as an administrative coordinator in a position McMahon created just for her in the WWE's legal department. She expressed concern that the job felt unearned, but McMahon told her that all she needed to do was not to tell anyone that it was just it just has to look legit. Colleagues complained about overflowing inboxes, but Grant had little work. Meanwhile, McMahon allegedly sent her sexually explicit messages and text messages, emails, DMs. The sexual demands increased. He forcibly used sex toys on her, including a dildo he named after a WWE wrestler, causing her bruising and bleeding. In the suit said Grant alleged that she complained to McMahon and made attempts to end the relationship, but McMahon wouldn't do that. In March 2020, McMahon began sharing sexually explicit photos of Grant and videos of Grant with other men, including other WWE executives and a former UFC heavyweight champion, whom the WWE is actively trying to sign to a new contract. Now, allegedly,
that basically is what I stated a second
yeah,
ago. You just confirmed what I
we
was saying.
we know who that is. In May 2020 encounter, McMahon defecated on her head during a threesome. The suit says her mental and physical health deteriorated so badly that McMahon sent her in November to a celebrity doctor for a session in an alternative clinic where she never received any bills or receipts for anything. McMahon paid $20,000 to a surgeon on her behalf, the suit says. So McMahon recruited people to have sex with Grant as well, including former WWE head of talent relations John Laurinaitis, who was also named as a defendant in the suit. McMahon directed her to visit Laurinaitis at hotel rooms where she had sex with Laurinaitis prior to the start of the workdays. The suit alleged that the suit alleged I left that the suit alleged that I left the hotel feeling bad about myself every time. Grant said that to McMahon. In May of 2021, McMahon allegedly told Grant that her presence in the legal department was holding up the hiring of a new general counsel for the company, and thus transferred her to the talent relations department. So she reported directly to John Laurinaitis and McMahon. So Laurinaitis and McMahon started her at a lower level position and promised that she would be promoted to vice president. She was going to be promoted to vice president of talent relations, as long as she was offering sexual favors. That's what this suit alleges.
So according
McMahon,
to point 11 on the document that I'm looking at, Ms. Grant remained in the role with the excerpts of the temporary relocation for the XFL until McMahon verbally directed her to transfer to talent relations department, reported to defendant, you just said, John Laurinaitis, of March 21. During the conversation the same day, McMahon explained to her present in a legal department was effectively delaying efforts to hire a new general counsel for the company.
that's what I just
Wow.
read. So here's the thing too. In July of 2021, the suit says McMahon instructed Grant to create personalized sexual content for a WWE superstar that they were trying to rehire. re-signed. The suit didn't name the professional wrestler, but described him as a former UFC fighter and current WWE talent. People familiar with this matter identified that wrestler as Brock Lesnar, one of the WWE's biggest names. Now, Lesnar didn't immediately respond Thursday to requests for comments. CNBC, the Wall Street Journal, and several other news outlets have tried to reach out to Brock Lesnar, and there has been no comment, no comment, no response to the request for these comments. The suit alleged that McMahon had shared explicit photos, and the star informed Grant that he likes what he sees. After the star agreed to a new contract, McMahon texted Grant in August to say that she was part of the deal, and the part of the deal was her fucking him. Said person.
You see number 18?
No, hold on. That December, McMahon gave Grant's personal cell phone number to the WWE star. The lawsuit said the wrestler asked her to send videos of herself urinating. The suit said after she did, he called her a bitch. That same month, the suit said the star expressed a desire to set a play date, but a snowstorm disrupted travel plans. January 2022, the suit said that Grant told Linda McMahon Grant. The suit said McMahon told Grant that Linda McMahon had discovered the relationship and he pressured Grant to sign an NDA in exchange for payment.
Damn.
The CEO warned Grant that her reputation would be ruined, and that included the pornographic content he had on her. He paid her about $1 million in February, the suit said, and later stopped making payments. After Grant signed the NDA, McMahon continued to abuse, according to the suit. He alleged that he forced Grant to perform oral sex on him the last time they met, and then attempted to traffic her to the WWE star in March. Now, this WWE star lives in Canada. That's where the trafficking comes from. Sending someone over county lines and out of the country for sexual favors. That's sex trafficking.
Yeah.
So she texted the star explicit photos and directed by McMahon, but they didn't meet. So the lawsuit seeks that the judgment that the NDA is invalid under state and federal laws. State and federal law compensatory and punitive damages under the laws include trafficking victims. Concludes the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. Jesus Christ! Try saying that 5 times fast. This is crazy. It's 67 pages.
So number 18, McMahon shared that Grant was safe and independently reigned, hollowed in light of the effort of isolation from her friends, and attempted to chip away her identity until it was replaced with the desired role for her as like different role plays. That is just the thing about it is that with this lawsuit and stuff, it basically is showing that if proven correct, allegedly correct, we got to say, because we can't actually prove it in a court of, they can't do it until innocent until proven guilty. That's why we put that disclaimer out, that it's according to this, according to the lawsuit, he was chipping away her identity and stripping it just to make it like his own way. That's kind of an ideal of showing that you are kind of a narcissist and all that stuff. The other thing it states is that in 20 assaulted Miss Grant inside Lauren Nice's office in the headquarters of WWE while colleagues were busy at their desk behind the locked doors. The two men cornered her and pulled her in between them and forcibly touched her before ultimately putting her top on the table in between them, and she begged for them to stop, and they forced themselves on her, each taking returns, restraining from her for each other, saying no means yes and take that expletive. According to the court document, in January 22, McMahon was told Miss Grant that his wife had found out, like you stated, about the relationship and avoiding divorce and negative publicity and the repercussions. McMahon stated that Miss Grant's time at WWE ended. So basically, from what I'm reading so far, because I'm not even 6 pages in out of 67 right now, and it's going to be you okay, birds? WWE 28 on this. because core documents are public knowledge. It's out there for the public for public consumption. Anybody can get it. Hell, anybody can get my divorce records if they want. WWE has attempted to sweep the matter under the rug following the media report that McMahon was involved in a hush money payment scandal. WWE released a statement in June of 22 to announce that the special committee on the board of directors was investigated the allegations of misconduct appropriate. Then interim CEO Stephanie McMahon and the interim chairwoman. 29, in the capacity of Ms. McMahon, publicly affirming that the committee to doing everything in her power to help the special committee to complete its work and implement findings. This is just basically stating everything that's happened chronologically, and it's just insane how all this stuff. Number 30, in November 22, WWE touted that the conclusion of the special committee investigation into the misconduct, yet the special committee never even bothered to interview Ms. Grant or request documentations. Despite that, Ms. Grant stated that she would cooperate.
This is
I'm not
beyond...
even in like 7 pages in this. It's if I keep reading this and stuff, there won't be NXT tonight. We'll keep talking about this tonight.
I literally want to do a deep dive.
It's literally insane.
I'm going to do a deep dive into this whole. I want to read all 67 pages, and then later on tonight we'll reconvene and we'll talk about this more with everyone that's watching right now. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to come on here and say, breaking news as usual: WWE TKO chairman Mr. Kennedy McMahon accused of sexual assault and sexual trafficking. Several people have been included in this document, and the more we find out, the more we will bring to light. With that being said, thank you for joining us here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast News Network. Franchise, Throwback, and thank you very much.
We'll see you in